some of these protests, there's a friendly stranger that somehow gets into the march, and the march turns into something dark. But we need it to be in the light. We need to march in the light. Cried out as the trumpet sounded. From the heavenly throne gleamed a face like precious stones. There were 24 elders, they're wearing crowns of gold, but with golden crowns they're still naked, blind and poor. You can march for justice, march for freedom, you can march for love and peace. But beware, there's danger from the friendly stranger. He'll lead you into darkness from the light. We got to walk in the light, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. We got to walk in the light, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. The voice is speaking, he's the one I'm seeking. He said, wipe away the teardrops from your eyes. From the well you're drinking, there'll be no more weeping. This water of life will keep you in the light. We got to walk in the light, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. We got to walk in the light, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. Oh, lead me, you bright and morning star. Lead me, you bright and morning star. We got to walk in the light, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. We got to walk in the light, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. Away from darkness, walk in the light. And sometimes you go through life and things doesn't go the way you want it to. No matter how bad you try, you fail. And you feel so humiliated. And there was a moment I was in that place, and I sat home on the couch, and it was dark, and I looked at the table, and there was a Bible sitting there. My electric lights were turned off, and I couldn't watch TV or anything, so I flipped open the Bible, and I looked, and there was a line that said, like gold is tested in the furnace, we're tested in the furnaces of humility. Take my hand, don't let me walk alone. Give me bread, don't hand me a stone. For I have joined the elders now, and I must take my stand in the furnace of humility. I will his mighty hand. Now I fear I was one who once was blind, and how I grieve for those I left behind. For now I chose to follow him, and I must take my stand in the furnace of humility. I will watch his mighty hand. I will listen to the wise men and believe what I was told. For the wisdom that I've gained from them, worth much more than gold. Give me strength, I am merely just a man, and the trail I left behind is like those footprints in the sand. There were times when he did carry me. I must take my stand in the furnace of humility. I will trust his mighty hand. I will listen to the wise men and believe what I was told. For the wisdom I have gained from them, worth much more than gold. Take my hand, don't let me walk alone. Give me bread, don't hand me a stone. For I have joined the elders now, and I must take my stand in the furnace of humility. I will trust his mighty hand. As Barry mentioned earlier, that I grew up on a pig farm back in the 50s up to 1959, and going back further, the little town of Secaucus, New Jersey, was considered the hog capital of the East. My father had a pig farm. He had 6,000 hogs, and they used to send trucks over to Manhattan, and the restaurants and hotels in those days separated all the food waste, and the farmers would take that stuff and cook it and That's how they fed the hogs in Secaucus, which is about 15 minutes from Manhattan. But they also used to get homeless people on the Bowery to come over and work the pig farms, cleaning the stables. And they would bring these men were mostly alcoholics or winos, and they would set them up in a little shack or a basement of some type, and that's where they would live. And they'd work the farms for a small amount of wages. And there were many saloons in the area where they would get their wine and food and so on. But the thing that I remember as a child is when I think back of these men, some of them were really nice. They all had nicknames. They never had real names. I mean, I used to think of one day somewhere in Europe or wherever they came from, many of them came from the Ukraine or Eastern Europe. They were babies and children, and they had families, and here they are in this pitiful situation, and you don't even know what their names are. They had names like Chicken, Shorty, Cockeye, Joe. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeye Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeye Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. You know, they came here from the far, far east. We old men, we call them swine priests. They clean big stables down on the Secaucus farms. Recruited from the Bowery, they were down and out, ridiculed by children as they staggered about. For their wages, both of them was whiskey and a shack they called home, and a pair of rubber boots that they wore till they died alone. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeye Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. I saw their faces through the eyes of a child that played. Those hidden smiles as they went their way through the junkyards of humanity. That's where they roam. In a pair of rubber boots that they wore till they died alone. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeye Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. Oh, America, with all the dreams that you spin, a lot of folks struggle, but they still don't win. Still they are your children, and you must not let them go. To become homeless people with names that we'll never know. Like Chicken and Shorty, Cockeye Joe. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeye Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. Chicken and Shorty, Cockeye Joe. Thank you very much. Anybody here ever hear of the Kingston Trio?
Oh, yeah.
It's past your bedtime. I was down in Florida this winter, and where I stayed, we went to a gathering. It was like a party, like in there was I always see these veterans, you know, if they were in the Navy, they'd wear these hats and they would have a ship on it. And I always would look at their hats and ask them what was the name of the ship that they served on. And there was this fellow there, he was about 90-something years old, and he had this hat on. But on his hat, it didn't look like a ship to me. So I asked him, I said, well, what kind of boat did you serve on? He says, I didn't serve on a ship. He said, I was a submariner. I said, wow, you served in a submarine. I mean, you had to be a special kind of person to be able to get that kind of duty. So I thought of the Kingston Trio. I said, you know, I got a song that we should hear. He said, what song is that? And I said, it's called the Ballad of the Thresher. I don't know if anybody remembers in 1963, the Thresher was an atomic submarine that was being tested, and off the coast of Nantucket, it went out into the water to do a dive, and there was 129 men aboard, civilians as well, civilian engineers as well as sailors, and they went down to 1,000 feet, and they ran into a problem, and they couldn't resurface. The submarine kept going down and eventually imploded, and all 129 men were lost. And there's a song about it. Oh, the Thresher, finest atomic ship, never died for the sea. Each man on board was a volunteer, there 'cause he chose there to be. Oh, their wives and their sweethearts came down to port, their fond last goodbye there to stay. Each tried her best to be fearless and brave, promised to meet there one day. Every man Jack on board was a hero. Every man Jack on board there was brave. Every man Jack on board was a hero. Each man was so horribly brave. Then died, said the captain as we held our breath. Sound like she's broken in two. That was the last we ever heard of her. That's what we heard from the crew. Every man Jack on board was a hero. Every man Jack on board there was brave. Every man Jack on board was a hero. Each man was so horribly brave. Oh, the Thresher, yes, now her reactor is still very good company she keeps. Men from the Lexington, Hornet and the Wasp, are down there with her in the deep. Every man Jack on board was a hero. Every man Jack on board there was brave. Every man Jack on board was a hero. Each man was still horribly brave. Every man Jack on board was a hero. threshold. My mother had an older sister. She was never had any children of her own, and they grew up in an immigrant family in the city of Jersey City, near where the Holland Tunnel is today. Kind of like behind the Statue of Liberty. Though she had no children of her own, all of us nieces and nephews in the family, she was like a second mother to us. And one of the things she always did was took us on a trip to see the Statue of Liberty. Born of immigrants among the poor, raised in the shadow behind the golden door, in a land full of promise, full of hope and opportunity. She was a child of Lady Liberty. I can still see her in my mind, remembering all the things she taught me, how she gave me of her time, how she sat there by my bedside as little boys' dreams danced in my head, and she prayed the angels would watch over me. And she was always kind to me. She was always kind to me. That's how I remembered her and the way she was with me. She was always kind to me. She was always kind to me. And she gave her love to all our family. There I sat beside this lonely pond. I tossed a pebble in the water, and I watched the ripples flow beyond. And they spread out in a circle to a place on the other side, like the spirit moving endlessly through time. And she was always kind to me. She was always kind to me. That's how I remembered her and the way she was with me. She was always kind to me. She was always kind to me. And she gave her love to all my family. Born of immigrants among the poor, raised in the shadow behind the golden door, in a land full of promise, full of hope opportunity. She was a child of Lady Liberty. 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 Thank you so much. A number of years ago, I was reading this book, and it was about the Indian chief Seattle, which is the capital of state of Washington. Seattle was the last true Indian to sign over concessions to land about 2.5 million acres to the United States government. And when the white settlers first came, he was a great war chief when he was younger, but he welcomed the white settlers and the Europeans as they were very friendly. But the thing that he could never understand about land was that is the fact that we own land, owning property. How could we own property or own land or own the earth when the earth, we belong to the earth? How could the earth belong to us? Sing me the song of the chief Seattle, sing me the song of the sacred land. Sing me the song of the shining waters, voice of the spirit since the world began. This was the land of the Indian nation, born and sold for exploitation. This was a land of beauty and wonder, taught by the hand of the white man plunder. How can a man say he owns the water? How can a man say he owns the land? How can a man make himself much greater if he's the owner of his own creator? This is a proud and a glorious nation, tearing away at the great creation. Seattle, the prophet of the white man's fall, we may be brothers after all. Brother eagle, sister sky, hear my sorrow, hear my cry. Brother eagle, oh sister sky, hear my sorrow, hear my cry. Sing me the song of the chief Seattle, sing me the song of the sacred land. Sing me the song of the shining waters, voice of the spirit since the world began. This is a proud and a glorious nation, tearing away at the great creation. Seattle, the prophet of the white man's fall, we may be brothers after all. Brother Eagle, oh sister Sky, hear my sorrow, hear my cry. Brother Eagle, oh sister Sky, hear my sorrow, hear my cry. John Stewart you ever heard of John Stewart? He wrote songs like Daydream Believer, Gold. He was a former member of the Kingston Trio. And he had a workshop called Songs from the Heart. He wrote so many songs that so I kind of wrote one about him to You're the voice in the wind that keeps us together, writing songs from the heart that will move us forever. And the good times that we shared, I will always remember. And your songs from the heart keep us one. We are so many children from so many places. We are so many stories with so many faces. The message is the same when each one embraces. And your songs from the heart keep us one. You're the voice in the wind that keeps us together, writing songs from the heart that will move us forever. And the good times that we shared, I will always remember. And your songs from the heart keep us one. There are songs for the Indian, there are songs for the dreamers, there are songs for the children, there are songs for the working man who struggles till he dies. There are songs for the Indians, we must hear their cries. And there are songs for the children with the flies in their eyes. You're the voice in the wind that keeps us together, songs from the heart that will move us forever. And the good times that we shared, I will always remember. Your songs from the heart keep us one. As you travel through this world, you will leave little traces of the things that you did until Father Time erases. But the songs will live on for other generations, and your songs from the heart keep us one. You're the voice in the wind that keeps us together, writing songs from the heart that will move us forever. And the times that we shared, I will always remember. Songs from the heart keep us one. And your songs from the heart will keep us one. Thank you very much, you're so kind. I'm going to leave you with this one song. in the songwriters workshop. One of the assignments he gave us was he wrote on the blackboard, "Where the wind knows the mother." And he said, "You come back tomorrow, I want everybody to write a song with that line in it." Well, I was camped out, I had a tent, and he loaned me his guitar because he had a problem with the electronics, and he wanted to borrow one of my guitars, so he said, take this guitar and work with this one instead. So I go back to my tent that night, and I'm looking, where the wind knows the mother. What can I do with that, you know? I couldn't do anything with it. And then on top of it off, the guitar just wouldn't stay in tune. I'm doing everything in the world to tune this guitar, and it just wouldn't stay in tune. And I just said, forget it. I'm not going to write this song. You know, I'm going to go to the workshop tomorrow. And said I just couldn't come up with anything. But I tried to go to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. And it's about 2, 3 in the morning. I said, I get up again, and I'm feeling really bad. And I had a banjo with me. So I said, well, guitar ain't tune. Let me try something with that. And I picked up the banjo. I start running three chords. And then I sang, "Where the wind blows the mother, where the sea meets the sky, way beyond the blue horizon, there's a place for you and I. No matter what your color, no matter where you're from, you will shine just like the sunset. You're the most important one. Where the wind knows a mother, where the sea meets the sky, way beyond the blue horizon, there's a place for you and I. Thank you very much.